and welcome to the first ever Nitsuka anime review. This video uses clips from the series, but it falls under terms of fair use because it's for review and commentary, so it's not copywritten. So, hope you enjoy. This week's review is...
XXxHoLic. XXxHoLic is a unique supernatural series. It's about a high schooler, Watanuki, who is plagued by the ability to see and interact with spirits and mythical beings. The spirits can be quite difficult for Watanuki to deal with because no one else can see them, so it makes him look rather insane. One day, while being followed by the spirits, he stumbles upon a mysterious shop, and before he knows it, is dragged inside. This is the point where Watanuki's already complicated life gets, oh, so much worse. As he enters, he is greeted by creepy twins, who are the store helpers, Maru and Maru. This creepy pair takes him to the shop owner, Yuko. Yuko informs him that the shop is not any normal shop, but one that grants wishes. The only reason he was able to enter the shop is because he has something he deeply wants. The omniscient witch is able to tell that Watanuki wants nothing more than to stop seeing spirits. In order to grant this wish, he must make payment, and in this case Yuko wants him to help out around the shop and become her slave. Apprentice. Thus begins the adventures of XXxHoLic. The plot is fairly easy to follow, as long as you watch each episode. This basically means that there's only one episode that's filler, and it's the 24th, which is the final one. The plot deals heavily in morality and, oddly enough, finding true friends. This will be explained more in the character section. The series has a pretty great plot, and has quite a few surprises. It leaves you on sort of an open end, but what else can you expect from an anime? The characters of XXxHoLic are very interesting and mysterious. The only problem is that they stay mysterious. Many of your questions won't be answered, and the only character that has any type of backstory at all is Watanuki. Let's explore each character a little bit more. Now, I can't really go into each character because that would take forever, so I'm just going to cover the main ones. Watanuki. He's an interesting character who is mostly explained in this intro. Really, it doesn't delve into his past much, except for a few ghost stories and the filler episode at the end. We find out he's an orphan who lives alone.
A very young boy who was walking home from elementary school one day when something...
And you find out a little bit more about his gift-curse. He has a quick temper and is very excitable, but at the same time, he's dependable and Yuko can trust him to handle any job. Yuko, the shop owner, runs the wish shop. Wishes are granted when the wisher gives Yuko something of equal value to the wish. Creepily enough, sometimes it's referred to as the soul, but she never actually takes somebody's soul. All of these objects are stored in the warehouse, which contains quite a few Tsubasa references. She has an air of mystery around her, and it's even more so when she speaks in riddles and cryptic messages, which is all of the time. She speaks of inevitability instead of coincidence, and acts like a surrogate mother to Watanuki, although she may not always seem like it. Domiki. Domiki is Watanuki's rival and friend, a rival in the fact that Watanuki sees him as a threat to steal away his love interest, Himawari. Domiki lives in a shrine, and although he can't see spirits, he can sense them, which is a good thing because he can exorcise them, thus protecting Watanuki. A very quiet and monotone character, but he definitely brings something to the show. Himawari. There isn't much to say about her aside from the fact that she's the love interest of Watanuki, and there's a small backstory that started for her, creating an air of mystery around her, but it's never developed, thus leaving her as a cardboard character. Since her character is only there to show the growing friendship between Domiki and Watanuki, you could just replace her with a sack of potatoes. Makona. It's hard to explain him, considering that there's only two that exist. He's kind of a pet to Yuko, but at the same time he's a companion and drinking buddy. An interesting character nonetheless, but still not much to say. The twins Maru and Maru. These girls are very eerie and cute at the same time. I don't know whether to like the characters or run screaming. A backstory is started for them, but it drops dead in their tracks. The twins are by far one of the most mysterious things about XXxHoLic, but nothing's explained about how they came to be with Yuko or why they don't have souls, so it's kind of a letdown. The art to XXxHoLic is, interesting. I like the style. It's kind of edgy for anime. The The bodies are lanky with little itty-bitty heads, but somehow HXXHoLic is able to pull it off. The only qualm that I have is that the lanky bodies can seem awkward in animation at some points, especially when they have a character run. Dark color scheme really works well for the feelings of the series, and I have to give them credit for their creativity. For voice acting, I would have to recommend the English dub. Although Japanese seems fitting for the genre and the types of paranormal encounters, it's the English voice actors that really keep you on the edge of your seat. Take a listen to the difference between Yuko's voice from the English voice actress and the Japanese voice actress.
The fence is a barrier of sorts.
Huh? Well, anyway, I think I'll be going now. Sorry to disturb you.
May I see the object in your pocket? Quickly, please.
これは結界だから。
はああ、いや、とにかく帰ります。お邪魔しました。
ポケットに入っているものを出しなさい。
え？
早く。
In Colleen's Yuko, she plays it deeper and airy with a mysterious and snarky tone, while Sayaka plays it light and high school girly. It's kind of hyper and not really what you would expect from Yuko. Watanuki's voice actor for the English dub, Todd Haberkorn, really shone through with his wildly sporadic pitch changes, which really helped bring Watanuki to life. The score of XXHoLic is eerie, and it really works. Each scene really flows well with the music, and it brings a greater emotion to the moment. So it was definitely a plus to the series.
The fence is a barrier of sorts.
This is the fun part, emotional impact. XXHoLic was able to make me laugh, and at the same time, really tug on my heartstrings. While character development left something to be desired, I really like the series. A few of my favorites were the snowball fight where the snowman did all of the fighting. Hilarious. The scene where Watanuki meets an older woman that acts like a surrogate mother, and although for some reason every time he sees her he grows sicker, he still sees her because he loves her as a second mother, and it's a really emotional episode, and it actually takes up 2 of the episodes of the 24 episode series, so it's a huge arc in the series, and I would definitely recommend giving at least that episode a watch. The other episode I really liked was the 24th episode, mainly because it brought the twins from Ouran High School back together again. Although not related in this episode, they really share a close bond, and I won't spoil it, but there is a huge twist. Overall, XXHoLic is a great series, and it had a lot to offer. Although answering few questions and making you ask even more, it left me feeling satisfied with how the final arc ended. The art is great, but the animation is lacking in some areas. The voice acting is great on the English side, but the Japanese side leaves something to be desired. The characters are interesting, but are lacking in development. And the plot leaves you with a lot of unanswered questions. Now, if I were to talk about the pluses and minuses to this series, the review would be over my allotted time. But let me leave you with this. It's definitely worth a watch. And I'll rate it 3 out of 5 stars. Now, if you're interested in XXHoLic, the series is out with 24 episodes by Funimation. It's just been re-released as a slim packed thing, the complete first season, but they also have the complete series. The manga is in its 17th volume. It's ongoing right now, and you can get that from Del Rey Manga. And they also have a Tsubasa and XXHoLic combo pack for the movie, and you can get that by itself individually, or you can get it with the Tsubasa Collector's Edition from Funimation. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week, I want you to choose which will it be, Wolf's Rain, Ouran High School Host Club, or Fruits Basket. Hope you enjoy.